So, where we last left off. I had the power of speech. Where we last left off, the team in King's Fall had finally earned a needed rest after not only sneaking into the city through the undermines, but managed to free some Fey folk from a series of prison wagons, and had settled in Tam's workshop after finally recovering Eritreo from the Gilded Cage, a love fest of occultists that seemed to be worshiping a ancient god known as the Trickster. After coming back to Tam's workshop and filling everybody in on this, Tally had reached out to her to Karina Prime via the particular spell that she had cast. Foran was working on infusing the Glimstone into his homunculus, and everyone was kind of doing something as part of their overall long rest activity. More importantly, Professor Jalbatros had a very interesting conversation with his Lord of the Eagles, the god of his particular patronage. They seem to be very short and curt with each other, no pun intended. However, it was in the middle of the sleep, or the middle of the long rest, that while everyone else slept quite nicely, Foran was abruptly awakened in the midst of a dream where he found himself back at the Tree of Death, a place that harbored the collection of the random remains of those that had fled a hag that is connected to his past. As he woke with a start, a Shahiva, a creature that is designed to hunt down those that are hex cursed to be brought back to the Tree of Death due to their failures out in the material plane, as well as the remnants of the Feywild pockets. A pretty intense battle took place. Professor Jalbatros had fallen. Foran had fallen twice. The very nature of the creatures that hunted with this Shahiva, this pack huntress, this lesser hag, she was on the cusp of finally retrieving Foran's dead body, but at the last moment, she was not successful. She was destroyed. The creatures were destroyed, and the team are out in the middle of the street looking at a dead Foran and a dead Tam from Tam's workshop. However, before we switch to that going on, we'll take this moment. Cora, you have been traveling for a while now. You hold on to the amulet in your hand. You know that you can't use it until you know where this creature is. You need to figure out where it's going. And unfortunately, you have yet to track it down specifically. Your saber-toothed tiger rides underneath you. You are at a full sprint, following the long, striding tracks of this strange creature that you've never seen before. Its magic residue, what it leaves behind, sparking a keen interest to the Ember Circle, has sent you out here in the depths of the Ramadan Desert in hopes of tracking this creature down to bring it back to the Ashbourne. That moment, the tiger stops. There is a nomadic encampment in front of you, maybe only 20, 30 feet out between the dunes. You can see what looks to be the remains of dozens of individuals cast about an area that is, well, the blood is dry. Clearly the signs of the bloat flies and other things have gathered. This is a grisly scene of grisly murder and death. You've seen it before. This is the second sign. This time, however, you dismount from your cat and you stride over to the dead bodies. Give me either survival or medicine check, if you would, please.
I hear a lot of guns.
Oh yeah, she's a dice goblin.
I'm
She
a
is
dice goblin.
A full-blown dice goblin.
All right, you said medicine or
Survival.
Okay. Ooh, I rolled a 19 plus so 25.
In the leg of one of the individuals on the ground, or kind of half buried in the sand, you recognize it as the remains of a satyr. You wander over there and you could see a fractured claw sticking out of the leg. Finally, physical evidence of whatever did this.
I'm going to investigate the claw. Do I recognize it?
You recognize as being linked to one of the creatures that you're tracking, but this is the first time you've ever found physical evidence of the creature, which affords you an opportunity because you carry the amulet of the call, which is a amulet of single teleportation to the source of the creature, but the missing component was a remnant of the creature. The problem is that if this is not the creature you're looking for, the amulet will turn to dust the moment of your arrival, and you may be in the middle of somewhere unfamiliar, and you would have no way back immediately into the Ramadan desert. So this is that kind of the Goliath that does the artificer magic for the Ashborn. This is one of their tokens that they make. It is a teleportation token, but it's only good for one way.
About how long ago does it look like these guys died?
Off that survival check, probably less than a day ago, perhaps.
Okay. I'm investigating the claw.
Oh, God.
You want to do insight or investigation?
Insight's better.
Okay, give me an insight check.
13.
What are you trying to figure out by doing this?
Is it the creature I'm looking for?
Maybe. I mean, you've seen this kill site before, just not this particular one. It seems to be
has
behaving.
All the earmarks are the same.
Yeah, for the most part, it feels like the same conditions that you've seen before.
I want to search the area. Any other?
Yeah, give me either perception or investigation as you look around.
$22.
22. You could see a mixed assortment of tracks of maybe about 4 creatures that seem to go about on their all 4 legs, like they move about on all 4s. There's at least 3 or 4 tracks that seem to be bipedal creatures that might be winged, because you could see the windswept condition of the sand of their movement. You get the feeling that this fractured claw is from one of the 4-legged creatures, not one of the winged creatures. There's also a separate set of humanoid footprints that match the ones that you saw at the previous scene. And you get the feeling that this might be the huntress. This might be the one that you're tracking. This might be her pack.
Okay. I'm going to pull out the claw. I don't see anything else of interest at the site. I'm going to pull out the claw. And I'm going to activate the teleport.
Okay.
One way. Ah!
I heard a bamf.
As the 5 of you watch as the final creature was destroyed, the huntress was destroyed. At that exact moment that the huntress is killed, another gateway pops into existence.
Don't kill me.
Within the gateway, you watch as a rather large saber-toothed tiger, called a cerulean saber-toothed tiger, along with a Goliath, step out of the gateway and into like the middle of the street where you guys have just finished killing all the remaining creatures and the huntress. Foreign still lies dead off to the side of the road. Tam lies
I'm up way up
dead.
in the air.
Oh, that's right. You're spinning around up in the air.
I'm like
That's
on the
right.
ledge, on that ledge.
Yeah, you're on that ledge. Like literally. Describe what Cora looks like when she appears.
Okay. Cora is very tall, and she's got very pale skin and kind of geometric tattoos everywhere. And she's dressed as a ranger in clothes that would not be out of place on a sand dune. So they probably do not look in place here. I stick out like a sore thumb. And Rhyme Claw, right next to me, is a very large saber-toothed tiger. But it's, I don't know if you can see the coloration. See?
Ooh.
See? And I have long black hair. So I have my picture.
Nice.
With that in mind, rushing out of Tam's workshop is Ariana, who has Green Cloak with her. She's grabbed Green Cloak by the tethered hands that she has pulled her out into the street, but she still has that kind of dopey, magical kind of look to her face because of the condition that she's in. But it's late at night. There's carnage everywhere, and the strange arrival of a Goliath amidst all of this.
I'm looking around. I'm looking for my target.
They are everywhere, and they are dead.
I'm going to kneel down and examine the one that I was tracking, the huntress.
You watch as Cora immediately runs over to the dead huntress. You begin examining the huntress. Per your order, you take a locket of her hair. You then look up, and dead up on the ledge, you could see the individual that they told you to keep an eye out for, to keep protected. There's the dead body of Thorn hanging off a ledge.
Oh, I am going to climb up to... Can I get up there?
So protected right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys watch immediately as Cora panics and begins to rapidly climb up the side of the building, heading up towards Thorn.
Okay, wait, hey, does anyone know this lady? Excuse me.
And I want to try to, I'm going to yell, please stop, that's our friend. See if that has any reaction.
Do you want me to get him down for you?
As long as you don't do anything nefarious with it, that would be wonderful. But
Nothing nefarious.
Okay, guys, I think we have like 30 seconds to get him back up. Treyo, you're so amazing. Please heal him. Bardic inspiration.
I think I have a climb speed that's equal to my walking speed. So
Yeah, you're pretty
I'm climbing.
quick. So
Ooh, nice.
yeah, you
Awesome.
make it all the way up there, and you throw him over your shoulder, and you like.
Technically, I'm dead. You could just throw me off the top at this point, right?
yeah,
Oh, that's
No, I
fair.
think
Yeah,
you
I-
might-
We're getting there.
I mean, we don't want you to dismember, because
I
that's
got to
worse.
revivify this guy.
At which
How far
point,
up?
Cora throws Thorn over her shoulder and kind of slides down the side of the building and kind of lands on the ground and immediately puts Thorn down in front of Eritrea.
All right, I'm going to try to pop off. Revivify.
This is going to be so much fun.
You've got a Bardic.
I got
Six.
it.
Awesome.
Oh,
I got it. I got an 18 plus it's a 26.
Yeah, so you're good. So Revivify goes off. The diamond melts into your hand, and Thorn, your eyes blink open as you have 1 hit point.
What? I don't remember anything. Why am I on the ground?
Twice.
What?
You died twice.
I'm looking surprised at that.
I look down and I'm covered in blood. Like, hells. I didn't chase. Like he's looking around. Like, I feel like me. I don't feel different.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him
I'm looking around.
at a
Is
second level.
Wait, who?
giant
just
cat right in your
did
face.
Who
13.
I gotta tell you, Eritro, your casting rolls are epic.
I barely got that one. 48 plus 8.
So, Cora, as you look around, as Forn's in the midst of recovering and Eritro is helping him recover, Forn, describe what you look like as Cora is staring down at you.
Yeah, so Forn looks odd because elves don't have hair, but Forn has hair. He has a beard, and he has like full beard, sideburns, like arm hair, like very noticeable arm hair. Like hairy elves don't happen, but Forn looks like a hairy elf. And that's kind of the giveaway to he's not just an elf. Like something else is going on here. But he's got like a pale purple skin, not drow purple, but just like a very pale, like sunset purple, white hair, and a big wide brim hat that he's almost always wearing. I assume right now is still up on the ledge though.
Probably,
Well, it probably fell down.
or on the ground, either or.
But usually wears like an overcoat, but has his 2 weapons with him, his rifle and his pistol, and his little homunculus, metallic metal little little wolf running around with him.
I'm trying to look down at your feet and see if you have like hooves because maybe your mom fucked a satyr.
No,
But,
but it was definitely an eladrin and a bugbear that wanted to have a kid.
Oh, that does
They
explain
went-
a lot.
They went to a hag, and the hag
You
gave
then
them a
look
kid.
over to Eritrea, who is healing Forn. Eritrea, what do you look like?
Tall, lean, fair-skinned, white hair, winged Aasimar creature. Humble in demeanor, a little bit naive. I've been described as very handsome, but I modestly don't like to tell people that. But I'm telling you nonetheless that I am handsome. But modestly, of course.
And then cautiously,
humbly telling me you're handsome. Yes.
cautiously, you can see a individual. You see Melody standing alongside Eritrea. Melody, what do you look like?
Melody's a satyr. She has like curling ram's horn. She has multicolored, vibrant hair, and she's dressed kind of like she's wearing armor, but it's like video game girl armor. It's like really cutesy. I
Serves
think
no
she's got-
practical purpose.
There's no, I mean, practically speaking, it does give me an excellent AC, but it doesn't look like it would. And I think she has like purple fur. Yeah,
From the waist down.
yeah, from the waist down.
Okay.
And then, of course, the Eric Cochran that you see nearby as well. Professor Jabatros, what do you look like?
The professor is just an insanely jacked, like 5.5 foot tall albatross Aarakocra. I'm dressed in like whatever Bill O'Reilly sees in his nightmares for like liberal college professor, like color vest, like nice like tailored slacks, but also like a burnished bronze breastplate. And
I'm picturing a
The top
jacked Mr. Rogers.
Jacked Mr. Rogers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Instead of the
Yes.
cardigan, it's the breastplate. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Definitely. But
But
at
yeah,
that moment, as you hear weeping, all of you look over to see
Oh crap, Tam.
the dead body of Tam in the middle of the street. But you also see Karina
Okay.
over the remains of Tam, who has now been dead for at least 5 to 10 minutes.
Crap.
Anything you can do?
Uh,
I don't have any spells that will bring dead people back.
I think Trey was the only one with that skill set.
It's okay. She's dead.
Tam is the
Tam
guy.
is dead,
Yeah,
All right, let's see if I can get it revivified
but he's been
it's-
dead for more than a
no.
minute.
for quite a
yeah,
while.
yeah.
So it'd have to be
Eritrea-
resurrection.
Eritrea, would you want to try something? I don't know if this will work, but
Yeah, I'm willing to get crazy with you.
so I still have a lot of that glimstone, and I've got some deal of making things with the artificer stuff. Wondering if there's a way we could combine artificer talents and revivify to try and reanimate the body somehow.
Are you guys pulling a Frankenstein?
Kind of.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
I don't think Tam wants to be dead.
I don't think he wants to be Frankenstein either. I suppose
Ariana
Frankenstein wants her to be there.
Ariana runs over to Melody and like gives her a big hug, and I don't think we should be out in the streets for this. And it's just like you're in the middle of the neighborhood, and there's like dead creatures like strewn about, including the hag's remains, the lesser hag's remains. It does look a little conspicuous.
Yeah, let's get inside. Karina, do you want these brains? I'm gonna point to the hag.
She'll get up and like wipe the tears out of her face, and she'll go over to the hag's, like the lesser hag, the huntress, and she'll reach her hand into the brain pan and just kind of unceremoniously, like applesauce, scoop out a big old chunk of the brain. She jams it all jellified into one of her bags and then just kind of storms off into Tam's workshop.
I'm scooping up Tam and trying to carry his body inside.
You and Professor could probably pull that off. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
I can help.
Twist around.
Twist ran off to do something for.
Yeah, she's been gone for a while. She had gone off into the city to work on something else. She left about the same time as Dormir, the wizard.
And Eritrea was getting kicked out of the ceremony because I think she was going to check in on him. Like, oh, I know a way to get in there, and she was going to check in on him.
Yep. So you guys are now back in Tam's workshop.
And does Cora walk in with us?
I figured I would help carry the body in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she helps kind of, carry the body in. She's not acting defensively or offensively. If anything, she might seem a little chagrined at the fact that she was a little bit late to the party. You get the feeling that she did have an intense purpose in making sure Foreign was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw her take a locket of the remains of the huntress. And she kind of fastened it.
A locket or a lock of hair?
A lock of hair. Sorry, a lock of hair. That you saw her fasten to a string, a leather string of other tokens that she might keep from other hunts that she goes on. And is now just kind of in the background watching what you guys are doing, not like keeping like. And at this point, Cora, would you dismiss Rhymeclaw?
Yeah.
Okay. At the moment that she realizes Rhymeclaw fills up like a good third of the workshop, you watch as she just kind of twists her hand, and then Rhymeclaw just kind of slowly disapparates into like a swirl of sand that just kind of swirls about, and she holds out her hand and it disappears into the palm of her hand.
I'm clearing off a table to put the body on, like just moving all of his equipment off of it. And then I'm going to start looking through all of his stuff, like looking through, finding, looking for.
So you have a scroll of resurrection?
Spell components or things like that.
Yeah, I mean, you give me
scrolls, whatever. Yeah.
We'll say you're all kind of looking for it, so you can give me investigation with advantage, whoever wants to search.
Not
It
me,
would not
not
occur to me.
investigation.
Yeah, Melody is not a search.
No.
I have a +5 to investigation. If anybody's got better than that.
-1 to that. No, thank you.
Yeah, I like how Eritrea and Melody are just simply not searchers.
Well, even with a +5, when you roll a 1 and a 3, you don't get far. So that's an 8. I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anybody else want to search the workshop?
It's the
Yeah, if multiple
the
people
Lord
can
rolls.
search. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, All
right.
I kind of feel like Professor Jalbatross should be searching the
Yeah.
workshop.
It does seem
I
like.
would like to.
Oh yeah, go for it.
I rolled a 5 and an 8, so I got a 7.
What am I rolling on that? Just,
Investigation.
Investigation.
Oh well, for fun, I rolled and I got an 18.
21.
Yay!
Oh, nice.
All right.
Hey, the book guy should find the book, right?
It
Yeah,
makes
well,
sense. Yeah.
Ham's workshop is a kind of traditional artificer's workshop, obviously. Mostly mechanical bits and bobs and ointments and oils and tinctures and paints and things that work with either small objects to medium-sized objects. However, he's also a bit of a gemsmith because he also works with glintstone that he's been researching with the wizard Dormir. So you kind of find his small tools and other things, but more importantly, you find where he keeps his stash of glintstone, and you find, Professor, you find a small metal box with at least one active piece of glintstone, because all the recent recovered pieces are not active because they have to be recharged.
All right, I'm going to call Thorn over and just be,
Hey, Thorn, my good man. I believe I found some of this activated glintstone. You were attempting to do this for your.
Great, and I'll take it from him, and I'm gonna try and just with mending or whatever form it into like a heart shape, literally.
Okay.
Well,
Well, it is
and-
active glintstone, so I'm going to need a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Not those dice. Which dice? You know,
Not those.
Ones
the
that roll
that just
high.
roll- well, not the ones that just. Those are normally my ones that roll high. That was the best part. So. Okay. So because I get advantage on that, yay, that was good. Sleight of hand though, I think that's 23. Yeah, 23.
23. And what do you and you're reshaping it with the
So,
intent?
I'm just changing that. So, like, I assume it's just a raw shard. I'm just trying to make it a more, just.
it's
shape
about the
more like
size. It's about the size of a small coin.
okay, well, I'm just shaping it more of like an oval, like that. I'm going to literally put into his chest, and
Okay.
then try to have Eritrea use Revivify and see if we can't make something work here.
I will say, since both Professor and Melody rolled, so where Professor successfully found an active glintstone, Melody, you recognize it because you're familiar with the Whitestone area of Taldori. You find a small vial of residuum.
I'll show that to the group. Guys, this is
Okay.
crazy rare. Have you ever heard of residuum?
That will definitely help you. Yeah, yes, I have heard of residuum actually. It will enhance whatever we're gonna do here. So,
I'll toss it over to you.
Doing a handsome.
like,
Oh, toss that.
like you toss
Oh
it
my
in one
God,
What?
Eric, they're both in your grill tonight.
I need both. I have 4 of them, remember?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
but those two I could actually see this time.
Yeah, but these are my chill cats. Like the other ones are around somewhere. Houdini's out there.
I'm sure we'll hear him knock something off your desk sooner.
It's all before long. The camera will go, and we'll hear Eric go, "Oh shit!" and then the camera will go out.
I'm gonna give the
There's going to be a
residuum
nonsense
to
message
Eritrea.
typed up there in a minute because they're edging very close to my keyboard.
I'm gonna give them
But,
the residuum to Eritrea to help casting because he's the one adding the revive. Hopefully,
Is
the revival magic
anybody? Does anyone have any proficiency in Arcana?
actually, yeah, right
I
now
have
do.
half proficiency in Arcana.
I do have proficiency.
Professor, since Forn's busy working with the resources, Professor, give me an Arcana check if you would, please. And you can have it.
Crit fail.
Well, you can have advantage because you're familiar with what they're trying to do.
Oh, okay, cool. That's way better. That's a 23.
What was your first roll? A 1?
one.
It was a fail. It was a 1.
I love it. You know that residuum is both an enhancement and enchantment kind of component. You get the feeling that if you use the raw residuum as a way to paste the stone into a small cut in Tam's chest, that might be able to significantly amplify the effect of Revivify and possibly be used to bring Tam back from death.
All right, I'm going to tell that to Eritrea.
Okay.
Okay.
I like your thinking, Professor. So I'll hold it. I'll hold the gem in place for you to pour it and cast.
All right.
Assuming we're pouring and casting together to get that to stick there.
Revivify is 3rd level. Let's do
For this, you only get your spell modifier.
Well,
Because
I
you're
know-
tempted,
but-
You still have Bardic Inspiration.
you
I
do
rolled
still
that.
have Bardic. Oh,
rolled
nat
that.
20?
Hey, yes.
That means the next casting roll is automatic if you ever declare it. You watch as Eritrea pumps the arcanic kind of sense of the energy of the spell into the active stone. The active stone begins to get little surface cracks, and then tendrils of blue and yellow energy begin to arc out of its edges through the residuum and arc over and like kind of almost Tesla coil like create these little vanishing arcs of energy that arc further out and further out, crashing into his skin, leaving just very, very slight hints of residual burn marks on his skin. But then you watch as the energy of the stone fades and pulses into his chest. You then watch as his chest begins to rise and fall. The residuum and the glimstone are both used up in the effort, however. Tam
He's
slowly opens his eyes into this. Where's everybody? Why am I lying on my work table? What is going on?
Hey, Tam.
You're alive.
Yes. That's why you are the talking one.
Yes, I'm alive. What has happened?
You were dead.
I was dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I, like Foreign's gonna like point to the assuming the stone is still showing in his chest.
Well, it's the stone turned to fragments. The
Yeah.
residuum evaporated, and there's like this perfectly oval brand of burn like in his chest. And he kind of looks down at it and looks up. Oh, what have you done? What has happened?
You were dead. Now you're alive.
I see.
We got attacked. If you want to look out the window over there, you could
Oh.
probably still see the blood and guts. Some of
He
it's yours.
he sits up. I was having a dream about a strange creature looking for somebody, and I woke up and I was being dragged out into the street, and I remember a creature with wings had set upon me and began to. And then after that, I don't remember much after that happened.
That wasn't a dream.
Oh, well, you certainly know how to settle one's trauma. And he kind of like swings around and puts his legs on the ground, awkwardly stands up, looks at everybody, but then stops and looks at Cora. Well, who the fuck is that?
Hi, I'm Cora.
Oh, you're Goliath. Your travel markings. You're from the Romadan Desert. You're a long way from home, child. What are you? He kind of staggers a bit. Karina kind of comes up, grabs him by the side, and kind of steers him towards a chair for him to sit down. He sits down in a chair. You're a long way from home, but if your arrival is any reason for why I'm still alive, I would gladly thank you. Is it
I was-
morning? Is it late? What is it? What is going on?
Still the middle of the night. I followed the blood trail, your blood trail, out into the street. Failed spell and dragged everybody out into a fight.
Fawn, you were in my dream. There was a tree. It wasn't you as an adult. It looked like you when you were young.
Thorn's
There were
demeanor-
other fey-like creatures similar to you.
Thorn's demeanor immediately changes. Like he goes from concern to like this kind of distant.
Would you like to explain what happened, Fawn?
I don't know what happened in your dream, but the place you speak of is a place I recognize, and
that creature out there.
is a creature I recognize.
Why do I get the feeling you're not telling us everything?
Look, I had no reason to know or no way to know that she was still alive. But of course she'd send somebody after me sooner or later. I've been out of her realm for quite a while.
Out of whose realm for quite a while?
We just called her the witch. She was in the witchlights. I don't know a name because that is how the Fae work, right? We called her the witch. She's the first thing I remember in my life. I was there. I was a child, and I was working for her. I was her errand boy, and she'd send me out to go things. I came back one time, and the camp was decimated, and the Bright Queen and her armies were there, and I went with them, and I've been on the run ever since. But every once in a while, when I was still there, we'd get taken out to this tree, and at this tree, one of those creatures would come back with the body or fragments of the body of one of our former kin. And those parts would get dragged into the tree because we were all hexed by the witch.
And the purpose of this hex, the purpose of this affiliation with this hag still tethered to you, still haunts you.
The hex is who I am. The hex is why I am. Without the hex, I would not be.
You hear Karina in the background. That doesn't explain what we're going to do now. I mean, what are we going to do? Fawn, you're being hunted. I need to figure out how to protect Karina Prime. And I need, Tam, I need your help. We have to build the cage. I know the spell will work, but I need your help building it. Tam looks over at Fawn, looks down at his chest, looks over at Eritrea. I'm afraid, dear girl, that the last bit of active glimstone was just used. I don't have any more. That was the only one. Me and Dorme were going to use it for experimentation. If you want that cage built, we're going to have to go back down into the undermine and try to find more active glimstone. The stone that were recovered from the seal of the sarcophagus will not work. The same as active glimstone will work. And then he rubs at his chest and he smells. Oh, fuck. You used my only resource of residuum, didn't you?
I mean, would you rather be dead?
I mean, you could have just taken my ass to a temple.
That would have taken a lot of time.
As bloody as
Billy's all like, I got parties to arrange, and that's just way too much fucking time, old man.
We're kind of on the run. Like, remember that whole "we don't want to be known that we're here" that whole thing, and us hiding out. And all that stuff.
Speaking of which, Cora, so nice to meet you. Thank you for bringing our friend down.
I was tracking the hag that you guys killed.
Oh, you're tracking the hag? How come?
Yeah, I needed to kill her.
Why?
Hold on, it's in my backstory. And I know why.
Let me check my notes.
I'm like, let me check my notes.
It's hard to believe she's been preparing for 2 weeks.
Bite me. You gave me this today. Like an hour
Oh, I
ago.
gave you the tweak of it today. Come on now.
No, throw it under the bus. Oh, by the way, Storyteller, we totally leveled up last time, right? That was a milestone.
That's a story arc, baby. It's a
Right.
backstory story arc. No.
because
doesn't
that's what I
dying
do.
remove the level?
I hunt creatures like that. Yes. That's what,
So you're not hunting me, right?
no. I was hunting the hag. Lesser hag.
Yeah. Look, I look down and I'm still covered in blood and guts and shit. And, like, Cam, this was not an easy thing, obviously. But you are important to whatever else is going on here. I understand. We used your glimstone, we used your residuum. We'll find a way to get you more. But without you, this wouldn't be possible. Right?
Yes, I understand, but now we are faced with the dilemma. I'm sure Dormir can get us more residuum, but to make this prison, this spell effect that Karina demands in order to keep her sibling, her friend, Karina Prime, safe, I imagine we're going to have to find an amount of glimstone that I have yet to be able to harvest.
I'm gonna take out the portable hole, then unfurl it, snap it open, drop inside, and come out with the heart star.
The Heart Star, the thing that takes 2 people to pull it out of the.
Well, it was like a melon size,
No,
not
it's
the
like
whole
it's
rock,
like-
the melon
it's like
size that was
6 feet
inside of it.
wide, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the size of a coffee table.
The big stone thing was, but inside of it was the little like melon.
That's true.
size-
That's true.
We didn't
Yeah.
get the melon out of the larger stone, did we?
No, you could only sense that
okay.
it was
Okay.
there.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Hey,
No.
Professor. Cora, you might actually be. Both of you, yeah. Like you see the hand stick out of the portable hole, like waving you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Put
as you and
Put down my bag.
as you and Professor Jamatras stand at the edge of the portable hole, Tam comes over and looks down as well, and there's this jagged 6 foot long by like 3 foot wide piece of what could only be described as like meteorite or star fragment or something, and then kind of glowing in its very center, a basketball sized kind of center point of it. Tam looks at all of you and goes, "Where did you get this?"
It's a very long story, but there was this weird centipede thing that tried to kill us, and this was all of its eggs were around this thing.
Yes, those are called star grazes. Are you aware as to what this is?
One of us identified it, and I believe it was a heart star fragment.
This is the raw form of what Glimstone is capable of becoming. Glimstone is the shattered remains of heart stars. This power contained within this fragment is beyond anything that you could ever possibly hope to control. This is the very nature of raw chaos of creation. The last time I read such information about this in the Astro Lab of Dormir's research study, it is said that all heartstones or all heart stars come from the first of Azamir. I believe the creature goes by the name of Davini.
We met.
They are the shattered remains of her Temple of Nine. The first 9 creations of Azimir, their variations, their distinct creations. Each one of them was sundered during their fall, of course. And within that fall, they crashed upon Exandria, fragmenting their heart stars into the very different areas throughout Exandria. Where did you find this one?
At the base of Jrusar, in some old ruins.
This is impossible. This cannot be. Get out of that portable hole. Stay away from that thing. He staggers back away from it, sits down on a chair, and he kind of lays his head in his hands. This is impossible. This is improbable. This does not make sense.
You said 9 temples, and I'm just gonna toss this out here. I think we've found 2 of them now, just because Eritrea nearly killed us at one when he found this magic.
Yes, I saw his handiwork down in the sarcophagus chamber. I've never known a cleric to be able to summon a weapon from thin air before like that. That's a bit more of a warlock, isn't it?
That was the second location that we found. And I don't know if you remember down there, there also was the 9 statues round in a ring, very similar to what we saw out near Jrusar. 9 statues, but they were different. They looked different. They weren't identical to what we saw near Jrusar in the Older Wilds.
I don't believe I know the full story. I think we must visit Dormir tomorrow and take this to him so that he could possibly explain it more distinctly, more clearly.
Didn't one of you guys have a vision on this thing when we touched it?
Karina gets up. I had a vision when I identified it.
Yeah, it freaked you out and everything, right?
Well yeah, but
and all that.
Yes, the Githyanki were involved in, but more importantly, we found it near a once used portal gate that is now dormant, that does not work anymore. Almost as if somebody, I thought, had put it there, hid it there.
If they hid it there, perhaps they hid it there when the temple fell, after the temple fell. If what you're saying about this temples are true.
It's quite possible that the temple that Dormir was responsible for protecting may have been a temple dedicated to one of the 9. How is this connected to Eritrea? I'm mystified. Why would this be important?
So, the first temple in the Older Wilds is where Eritrea found his fancy magic sword.
Eritrea, are you comfortable with Foreign telling Tam all of this?
I trust Ford, yes.
So I don't think it's about trusting
Warren. Do you trust
Warren?
Tam? And you don't know me.
I'm used to letting Ford let his mouth. He's had my back.
Usually,
like the whole time Ford is speaking, he's hanging dirty underwear.
Right.
And he's the only one in this
group wringing the blood out of my clothes.
Yeah.
But look, it was out in the Older Wilds, found a temple. I don't think we were the first to visit there, and I'm kind of glaring at Corinna. But we got there, and Eritrea had a religious experience. Let's say that, right? And we hid the sword. Then, down in the mines, we found another temple. I read the words. Eritrea walked out into the demigod's zone, and we had that fight. And I asked him if he wanted to try that sword, and he did. And it worked out well for us, I'd say. I understand how you feel about it, Melody. we survived that fight. We survived this fight, and we survived this fight because of Trail. I survived this fight because of Trail.
Barely.
Tim,
Reviving is putting it a bit.
Yeah, it's worth discussing. Is our standard for a fight that goes well just a fight where we don't blow up the space we're in? Or
We probably had the fewest civilian casualties of any fight we've had so far out in the street just now.
and
that's
he
true.
did not
No
use his
collapsed
sword.
fires, no fires. Yeah.
Well, we didn't have. Tab would be the civilian casualty, but that kind of happened before it happened. But down, even under in the mines, when he used the sword, there was no other casualties besides that demigod.
OMG, I just noticed this. Ryan, I want to see that sweater.
That I was wearing last night.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's hysterical. I love it. Is it a D&D sweater? Like, is it a...
Yeah, it's a D&D Christmas sweater.
Oh, super nerd. I love it.
So that's gonna be our 3 weeks from now session, right? We all got to wear our sweaters.
our ugly D&D sweaters. Except Eric Trails is not ugly, so there goes that idea. Tam just kind of gets up and a little bit woozy on his feet. I think we should get a rest. And in the morning, head over to Dormir's laboratory and bring all this information to him. He was the one that was at that temple that was brought down to trap that creature, that
Right.
lesser goddess, some many years ago.
He didn't seem particularly fond of me bringing it up either.
Well, now that I know what was implied in your discussion, I would imagine that Dormir is being cautious, but that may be an answer to a riddle of a different question. The real question here is, Fawn, are we expecting you to be hunted continuously?
Probably, yeah. I don't know how many of those Shahivas there were, but they all looked the same when I saw them. I couldn't really tell the difference.
Yeah,
know.
Cora, you've been tracking one of three.
Okay. So I'll mention I've been tracking. That's one of three I've been tracking.
Fawn, you'll know that that's the Huntress.
Mhm.
There is another one called Bright Eye, and there's another one called the Glasswork.
3, huh? Well,
There are two more.
if she
At
was
least.
Huntress, then that leaves Bright Eye and Glasswork. So there's 2 more at least, Tam.
Well, I will communicate with Swift to stay away from my workshop for now until I can determine whether or not it's safe to be around you. I would
If it's
appreciate
possible to be
you.
somewhere else.
I would appreciate you maybe taking the other side of the room. Tam kind of heads over to his private quarters, opens his door, and disappears into his private bedroom. The rest of you have been sacking out in his common space in the middle of of his workshop, which is, now that Cora's here, it's packed. There's quite a few bodies, but
I am
You
a
watch
large
this-
person.
yeah, you watch as Cora undoes her bedroll, puts it out on the ground. You also notice that she is holding on to this rusted amulet that is, looks like maybe it used to be something fancy, and she just kind of puts it away in her pocket and is kind of just going through the routine of settling in for a long rest.
I'll do one better from Tam's suggestion, and I just step out the door and activate my ring and go up on the roof.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit up
At
next.
that, I follow him.
I'm just gonna sit up next to the chimney there and just rest up against it with my head down.
Okay. You guys watch as Foreign and Cora head outside. It's really easy to tell the difference because when Foreign goes up on the roof, you can't really hear anything. But when Cora gets on the roof, it's like, trump, you know, along the roof line, and like little scatters of dust.
No,
Kinda
I'm
fall.
very, very dexterous, so they might not hear me.
It's not about dexterity as much as inadequacy of a roof.
Okay. Well, I'm making sure that I'm stepping on where the, trusses would be. So I don't fall through.
Suddenly, half a giant's body is hanging from the ceiling.
Melody.
Wow, that is a cat butt right in your face, isn't it?
Melody.
I'm sure I know she's in charge. She's our
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karina comes over to you, Melody, and pulls you aside to like the side of the workshop to kind of, Eritro's off to one side, Professor's over there, Green Cloak, still sitting there just kind of in a stupor. Your sister Karina pulls you off to the side, pulls out the book that she uses as a two-way communication. And written on one of the pages is that Puck will be arriving in 2 days.
Ooh.
With the intent of picking up your sister, Green Cloak, and Karina.
Wait, Karina, where are you going?
It's the only way this is going to work.
What do you mean?
I need you and the others, but I don't want them to know, Melody. I'm going to be leaving for a bit. That's why I need Tam's help to build the device. I know that if I can hide Karina Prime in this device that I'm trying to build, I know it'll keep her safe. Once that's accomplished, I can come back. But until then, things are only going to get worse. Things are going to continue to follow us and track us. And I feel like if I can at least take one of the things out of the equation, now that Thorn's haunted past, which he never bothered to say anything about to us, is now rearing its ugly head, and he's more than likely going to get all of you killed now. I just think if I can at least take one of the two bad out of the equation. Look, they're going to be looking for her and me. This might give you guys the breathing room you need to go find the Bright Queen and to find whoever else is being held in Ankarel.
But do it without you? This isn't like a you're mad at foreign thing, right? This isn't like a self-sacrifice thing, right?
No. I don't know what all the pieces of the puzzle are here. I know that Karina Prime is linked to Mason. We know this. She's kind of almost described herself as a daughter of this Mason person.
Yeah.
So there's a tether there. But everybody knows that Mason died 10 years ago. He was destroyed in the fight that took place out in Lucidian Sea. The great Xanath sacrificed herself to see to it that happened. And I know these things might be connected to something related to that. But this Iron Collective that is sworn to track down all those that support or who are Fae, that support those who support the Fae, it always leaves a constant risk. If I'm found, it's a link to Karina Prime. If she's found, she whispers so that no one else can hear, there's still a possibility that if there truly is an Arch-Fae inside of Karina Prime, we're not really sure what to do about that. Do we keep the secret? Do we keep her hidden? Does it mean anything? We heard Dormir. Dormir was very adamant that bringing back the Feywild is a impossibility. So whatever the Iron Collective intends to do with these Archfays, for me, if I can at least keep one safe, that's enough to slow him down. I know, it's surprisingly logical, not very emotional at all.
Well, I think it's pretty messed up that you're leaving me alone with these guys. It's going to be really lame without you.
Well, you could just buddy up with Cora. She looks. Never mind. I mean, you just got to do the best you can. Who knows? Maybe you can, teach them all how to party better, relax, enjoy life. I don't know.
I'll try. But if you need help, you're going to call us, right?
Of course I will. But I'm going to take your sister with me. She'll be safe back in Rockhaven. Puck, when she's sober, is quite a good person. And usually, when she's drunk, she's sleeping it off, therefore not doing much harm or much damage. And then I'll take Greencloak with me as well. I think the more separation between Greencloak and Fawn, the better it is for everybody.
That makes sense to me. Tally can decide this, but I think Melody would ask, do you want to leave me the book so that we can still get in contact with you?
I think she would. I'll let her retcon it otherwise, but I think it would make sense that before she would eventually go to Rockhaven, she would probably end up leaving you the book.
Okay. All right. I'll, assuming nothing else happens, I'll spend the rest of the evening, just chatting with my sister and making sure she and Karina have everything they need for when they have to leave.
Okay. Thorn. Actually, Eritrea and Professor Jabatros, what are you two doing? Are you setting into your long rest, or because technically everyone got a short rest, but not everyone got a long rest yet?
I'm gonna go. I want to talk to Melody.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go walk over to Melody and listen. I'm sure you're embarrassed, but I accept your apology.
What? Wait, excuse me?
I, as you could tell from that fight, I was very resilient and really had our team's back. And I'm sure you're embarrassed and you don't want to approach me about it, but I accept your apology. I welcome myself back into your fold.
Get out of here, Trejo.
And if you're not ready, that's fine. We could sleep on it.
You didn't use the sword for one fight. That was great. Really good job.
Thank you. All right.
Good night.
Well, good night.
He just walked away.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, Eritrea.
That's a D6 inspiration. That was very worthy. Very worthy of solid role play. Professor, what are you doing with this little bit of time before the long rest?
I want to go down and talk to Cora. I just got to try to get a little bit more of a measure on her.
I went up to the.
Yeah, she's up on the roof. She followed Ford up onto the roof.
Oh, I don't know how a bird would ever get up there. You're right. I should just go to my room.
More about timing. So you could go follow them up onto the roof if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll follow them up.
Okay. Foreign, you sit on the peak of the workshop roof. Yeah, it gives you a good vantage up and down the streets. So far, no one's come into this area since the fighting took place. Most of the structures here are workshops, small warehouses, combination artisan houses where they work or sell on the bottom floor and then kind of live up on the top floor. It was a pretty quick fight. You're not even sure if anyone heard it because it was a pretty silent, kind of almost the entire fight was fought in this bizarre sense of silent, desperate fighting that kind of went back and forth.
Silent
As you kind of, silent but deadly. As you sit on the roof, kind of contemplating what just happened, you hear Cora kind of, pull herself up onto the roof. The tall Goliath just kind of comes over and kind of sits near you, but not necessarily right next to you.
Ring of Fly makes it easier to get up here.
That would make it easier.
Yeah. Maybe this was the safest place for me to be right now.
Well, you did die up here.
Well, safest place for everybody else for me to be right now. Let me say it that way.
Oh. Well. Let's just keep you not dying.
Yeah. That's a good plan.
Yeah.
Treo's pretty good for that, though. He's a good kid. Little.
Yeah, but that gets expensive.
Fair. We have a rich friend down there, though, so she hides it well, but she's pretty wealthy.
Is that the other one that died?
No, it's the warlock. Like, so he suddenly gets like really, because Corinna didn't mention anything about being a changeling at all, and he like, it was one of those like, he started to say the changeling, but he was like,
he catches himself.
he was like, it's the other one down
The
there.
war.
The
okay.
the dark and scary girl.
Foreign, what's your passive perception?
20.
You're both momentarily distracted by the sound of Professor Jalbatross's wings as he joins you on the roof. He just kind of flies and settles down on the roof alongside you. As you watch Cora kind of look up at Professor landing, like flying to the roof, you notice that she's wearing a fetish chain, which is a trophy chain. There are at least 2 changeling fingers on that chain.
Ooh.
That's
And now Professor
all those are
kind of lands alongside the 2 of you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just, well, I'm sure you saw. One of us needs to make sure that Thorn doesn't die again. He does not have a great track record of this.
You know, before you were with us, there was this other guy that would have just been the one to try to kill me. So, I guess this is.
I can see that. I can see that.
Cora, that necklace of yours.
Yeah.
How can I? What? How many? How I see the 3 chains of fingers. But how many total trophies am I counting across?
There's at least 3 dozen.
Quite a collection there on your neck. You know, we had there was a dwarf guy that we fought back on a ship, group of the Iron Collective. He also had a sash with a bunch of trophies on it. Fey creatures and whatnot. And now I'm looking, I see, I believe those are changeling fingers, and you took that lock of hair off the demi-hag thing down there.
Mm-hmm.
Why keep me alive if you're collecting all these components from the Fae?
I was told to keep you alive.
I'll look at Professor and like smile like ridiculously. Well, doesn't that sound pleasant, Professor?
The professor was mostly joking, but just kind of like hand goes to the mole at my hip, just like,
Interesting. Interesting.
I am chosen to be alive. You know, we have a satyr downstairs. You're not planning to mount her horns on your necklace, are you?
No, she's fine. These changelings were really bad.
Where did you encounter these changelings?
Where did I encounter the changelings?
You would have encountered them during your journey in the Ramadan. They were part of a group that were looking for nomadic fae folk that were traveling through the desert, trying to stay hidden. And it was your job to take these 2 particular changelings out of the equation.
So they were tracking the fae folk to.
Well, the Ember Circle had given you information that they were probably meant to do harm to those fae folk.
Okay.
This is actually the first time you've heard of the Iron Collective. You have not heard that term before.
Okay. So I tell him, I was tracking oh my God, words. These changeling were tracking some fae folk to do them harm, and I took them out of the equation. So they did not do the fae folk harm.
You mind if I and I reach up, and I would like to try and identify
I'll
at
take a
least
finger
one of
off
the
and hand it
fingers.
to you.
Or I just need to touch it to identify it. But my goal is to see if it would give me a name or some kind of memories or something of who that might be.
Okay. I'll lean over and let you.
So,
Not going to hurt the trophy.
oh boy, that was close. That was close. I rolled a 6. Plus 6 though is 12, which is
Yep.
higher than 11.
Yeah, yeah.
I almost blew the roof off the building. So
It is identified as a changeling that goes by the name of Mycelian.
that's not a name.
MI-CYLLAN. Mycelian. Sorry, I pronounced it wrong. Mycelian.
About how long ago did I take out the changelings?
About 6 months ago.
And it was about 6 months ago.
Oh, that was even longer ago than our encounters in Jrusar. They were tracking
encountered-
folk.
Oh,
Said.
yeah.
So-
Caravanism.
So I'm gonna give her the rundown of what we knew about the Changeling Cabal in Jrusar and the spread, and now the information that we know about the bad changelings. But Forn will make an emphasis that it's not all changelings, although we can't say that we trust any changelings outright.
Well, just because they're changelings doesn't make them bad. It's your actions that make it bad.
I agree, but I also know right now there's a cabal of changelings, and we currently don't have a way to identify them. But
Yeah.
that's part of what Tam and Dormir was supposed to be helping us create.
So what are they trying to do? This cabal of changelings.
You haven't been in a major city recently, have you?
Well, up until an hour ago, I was out in the desert. I don't like cities. Where are we?
I can relate to that. This is King's Fall.
King's Fall.
It's a lot of changelings in here, actually, and we strongly suspect the majority of them are up to no good, and may be in line with those that you've already taken. At the same time, they are doing more things now. They're using true polymorph to disguise themselves, so that when they die, they don't revert to their former nature, as changelings tend to do.
But if they're dead, why would it matter?
Because it's all a grand conspiracy. A changeling took over the head of the Chandei Quorum in Jrusar and kicked off all this whole war in Marquet. Now we have a strong suspicion that Jamonsa Ord is replaced by a true polymorph changeling at the moment, because we know we've spoken to at least one Jamonsa Ord that says that they were in a prison under Ankarel, while the other one is out looking for me and our Gothic friend downstairs for suspicion of murder of the Bright Queen. I serve the Bright Queen. I have no reason to murder the Bright Queen. She is my liege.
Okay.
And yet, here we are.
Sorry, babe.
If they cast true polymorph, how do we figure out if they're actually changelings?
So far, Moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
So far.
Yes, they seem to have an aversion for radiant. Well, it's one of the side effects of Moonbeam. It forces polymorph creatures back into their natural forms.
So,
Oh, nice. I
if
didn't
you
know that.
wouldn't-
I don't think
if
I know
you
Moonbeam.
wouldn't mind, Professor, we didn't do this before. I apologize. But if you would, Professor, I'm insisting that you cast Moonbeam.
Oh, of
Oh,
course.
I-
Just throw one up at you.
Ow.
You watch as
Put my hand in it.
Well, first of all, give me a casting roll for starters.
I don't think I can cast Moonbeam. Nope, it's not a spell I get.
I failed. That's a 2.
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh,
Don't blow us up.
I get to add my spell attack modifier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I still think it's not quite because I think Moonbeam is a second level spell, but with that, that's a 10.
Yeah, that fails. Give me, yeah, and you're divine magic, correct?
I have both. I'm
but Moonbeam is
mostly
divine.
paladin,
Yeah,
but I'm also
Moonbeam is divine. So yeah, give me a D100 to see what happens.
Alright.
I'll laugh at the
I want all of your feathers to turn blue.
Hey,
Just
don't
I want all of his
put it
feathers
past
to
him.
turn blue.
He filled our former residence with feathers before, so you know it wouldn't be impossible.
I mean, Aarakocra shed.
No,
It
we
happens.
had feathers literally filling the entire bit, coming out of the windows. There were so many feathers in that building.
That's a lot.
Instead of popcorn feathers, like in Real Genius.
Yes.
Was he in Molt?
No, he
Is he in Molt?
No.
he made his god angry, and they spoke to him with feathers pouring out of everywhere.
Feathers.
That is a 42.
A 42.
More than 50.
That is the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
For the next 24 hours, you can see invisibility.
Ooh.
That's not
However,
bad.
at the end of that 24 hours, you will then be blind for another 24 hours.
No.
That's
Sucks.
cool.
That sucks. Okay.
Not you, him.
I know.
Yeah. Professor, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's just
That
blankets.
sucks.
You all right, Professor?
I don't know. Is there anything? Are there?
Like, I don't see Moonbeam.
Well, because suddenly you see invisibility is up, there is a small orb over
Oh,
workshop.
Cried upon.
And the moment you guys see Professor Jabotros kind of look up and his head kind of tilts, he's like, oh shit, what is that? And as he says that, there's like this arcanic twinkle of light as it disapparates.
I think we might have been being spied upon. I don't know what exactly went wrong with my spellcasting there, but I think I can see invisibility right now. This is very disorienting, by the way.
Your eyes are kind of black instead of like white with black spots.
Yeah, like his
Like all
pupils
black.
are fully like blown out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are
you
you
guys
high?
know that I just have no sclera, like none that's visible. It's just my eyes are black. You know that, right?
You've got pot, don't you?
Okay. So who was spying
Well,
on
that
it?
didn't work, but yeah. What did you see, Professor?
Some kind of sphere or something. I think someone was spying on us here at our abode. There's a floating orb, just kind of motion to it. And when I looked up at it with purpose, I assume it kind of disintegrated. So as to say, I think whoever was controlling that knows I'm aware of them.
Cora, you hear a voice. Cora, you hear someone casting sending in your mind.
Okay.
You recognize it as the Scion of the Ashborn.
Okay.
Don't be disparaged. That was us looking in on you, in case you've noticed. We're hoping that you found him, and we'll keep him close at hand. Be wary of the changeling. She is still on the list to be assessed.
To respond, do I have to say it out loud? Or can I think it?
No, you can use your mind. You just think it.
Okay.
If you don't want anybody to notice the weird kind of silence of what you're doing, yeah, you might want to give me a deception roll.
Oh dear. Okay.
Oh, then I will roll insight.
Deception.
No, this would be against your passive insight.
Passive insight, sure. Okay. So 16 is passive insight. So
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. I rolled a 1.
It's almost like Cora started talking to herself until she realized she wasn't using her brain to talk. So the first couple words you will say out loud, Cora,
Okay,
but then the rest of it you'll internalize and monologue internally.
Okay, so they said they were watching us and to keep an eye on the changeling and
Well, to keep an eye
them
on
alive?
Thorn,
keep an eye on Thorn.
but be wary of the changeling. The decision
Wary.
about her has not been made yet.
Okay. So I'm gonna say I've made contact. Wait, no, in my brain. In my brain.
all those
I
words
will-
counted.
Yeah.
Wait, no, in my brain was 4.
I will keep an eye on them. That's it.
Not
Okay.
to be the overly suspicious type, but what in your brain?
I'm kind of with the professor on this one.
The orb was my boss checking up on me.
Well, that's refreshing.
Not sure how I feel about this. I
Do you
Well,
normally get micromanaged? Is that kind of how this works? They're just looking for you all
Sometimes,
the time?
usually when they send us out on a specific hunt, they want to make sure that we don't die. And if we do die, they have to send another hunter.
Oh, that sounds better than bounty hunting, at least. Because normally they don't give a shit. They send you out. They might send 5 people out, and we might end up fighting each other.
Yeah, that would be bad. We don't want to fight each other.
Right. I don't want to ask you to try that again, Professor, because I don't know what's going to happen. So for now, we're just going to accept that you are who you say you are. We'll try again.
Out of
another
character.
time.
Is there another way to check and see if there's, if someone's a
Not
hag?
yet.
They're not a hag.
Yeah. I
Yes,
have
you could
the-
bleed your blood into a petri dish and then take a superheated copper wire and go. Psst. If your blood runs off, you're clearly a changeling.
I have the thing that Dormer gave us, so I would have been able to see if she was a changeling.
Oh, that's right. You do have the device.
But you're
I mean,
down.
technically, you'd have
I'm
to
downstairs.
specifically use it, but and you're
Is it a once per
downstairs.
day
So.
thing?
Mhm.
But both Thorn and Professor would remember that Dormir left the device with Melody.
Yeah, we'll
The
perhaps
fact
we
that
can
she's
follow up on that.
my insight is quite bad, but I feel like I'd be pretty distrustful anyway. Just I see, and just while I'm in the middle of talking, just try to cast another moonbeam.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
This one's okay. It's 25 after everything. So
All right. So Cora, take like 4 points of radiant damage from the
Right,
effect.
like Forno put his hand
Okay.
in first. Like I say we put it in front of us. Forno put his hand in first. Be like, look, I tend to do it this way. It gets other people to put their hand in. It hurts for a minute, but see my
I'll put my hand in.
Yeah. Cora remains who she is. Nothing happens.
Well, that's pleasant. You're the third person we've met that's not a changeling.
I
Well,
should.
I know you're not a changeling, Professor Jalbatross. Can you be hurt with your own spell?
Like, is that actually okay? Can I hurt myself? with
Yeah.
my own beam?
I think
Oh
so.
yeah, you could center it on yourself.
Okay. Okay, fine.
I just kind of like put it in there, just watches a couple of feathers get singed.
A little bit of trails of candle smoke from the feathers.
So
Okay.
Maybe this is really slightly more unpleasant than I remember. I thought it was more like getting a tattoo.
you have a tattoo.
Yes,
Professor?
I have tattoos.
How
Where?
does
How?
that work?
You have
What do you
feathers.
mean?
Doesn't that cover all of them, or is it on your?
You have to-
chicken leg?
Do you have to pluck your feathers to get a tattoo on the skin?
You know my legs are exposed, right? You can
You're
see.
always wearing pants.
Yes.
You're wearing pants now.
I'm not going to take my pants off in front of you.
You can pull a pant leg up. You don't have to take them off. I don't need to see.
I'm just curious now.
Unless it's on a butt cheek or something, and then you have to take your pants off.
I feel like it's this
I feel
weird
like I said too
part
much.
with Giancarlo in the middle of it. you know?
Yeah.
Instead of mom, it's Giancarlo across the middle.
That too.
But definitely like that sailor kind of heart thing because Giancarlo made him get it kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
No, this
I'm
is
gonna-
So
you.
who's your? Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So who's your who is your boss?
I mean, as far as you know, you're allowed to say she's kind of she's a scion, but you can't really say much more than that. You're not really allowed to throw names around and specific details around about the Ashbourne.
Can I say the name though? That
Mm-mm.
I'm no.
Or like the group you're affiliated with? I mean, when I say your boss, I'm just saying who you're affiliated with.
She's it's a hunter organization for evil creatures. It's supposed to hunt evil creatures. And the scion is my boss.
All right. That's very vague and mysterious. Coming from me, that's not saying a lot, though. So, fair enough. Well, I'm planning to sleep up here because, Tam's not comfortable with me being down there, and I'm inclined to agree with him.
Well, this area roof looks comfy. I'll sleep up here too.
I'm gonna cast Sprout Foliage. It's it's a ranger spell from one of the newer modules where I literally grow plants and I look like a plant now, and I'm like I'm making myself look like ivy on the roof.
Mm.
But I'll roll to make sure I cast it.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
That'll work. That's a 6 plus 6 is 12. It's
So-
Okay.
level 1 spell.
Okay.
I'm going to just kind of walk over to like the stairwell, but as I'm doing this, just kind of send Foreign, like literally cast a message as a cantrip for Foreign, and just be like,
Do you want me to stay up here in case you die again?
And, like I will just talk out of the bush, like out of the ivy.
Yeah.
I just say out loud, like, last time I died, I was invisible, and you didn't bring me back. So I think you're all
Last
right.
time you died, I was more than 5 feet away and also dead.
The last time you were near me, when I went unconscious, I was invisible, and you left me for dead.
I did none of those things. I was fighting for all of our lives against a very powerful creature who also killed me. Fewer times than you, it must be said, but I also died.
Fair.
Do you believe that? That was a very unpleasant experience. I don't intend.
Honestly, I don't remember it. That's a weird thing. I was confused why I was on the ground, but unless you want to put your nest up here, Professor, I assume we're all right for now.
Very well, very well.
Arn-
Just-
How many times have you died?
Only twice.
Today.
Today?
Yeah. It happens,
No.
It comes with the line of work. Look, we blew up a building, and we blew up part of the smolder spire. That almost killed me once. Professor tried to blow up a ship. That almost killed us once. We fought some guys in an alley, and I was invisible, but the damn bear guy killed me. Knocked me down at least. That was another one. Yeah, it's been a couple times,
I should point out, He's roughly as hardy as I am. I've only died the one time, and frankly, that's more than I had expected to die. That was I had a bit of an existential experience there. That was I don't quite know what to make of that. I'm still processing that, just not well.
You could talk to your eagle god, see what he thinks about it.
I really don't want to talk to him about that.
I'm sure he's got something to say.
Yeah, it's probably don't die.
Yeah, fair.
That's probably more helpful than he usually is, to be honest with you. That's honestly more helpful than he typically is.
I'm just waiting for like a barrage of feathers right now, by the way.
Okay, well,
You're going to look odd up here, but I kind of blend in.
that's okay. I'm comfortable here.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Lay
say
my
you weren't
bedroll out.
I didn't say you weren't comfortable. I said you're going to look odd.
Just to make sure.
Next to a bush?
Like
On the roof.
invisible.
On a
I'm
roof?
gonna go perch on top of Ford. Just be like a bird just sitting in a bush. Just
A giant bird.
yes.
You ever? I have cat allergies. Have you ever stayed a night with somebody when you have allergies? And like, I remember waking up as a kid with my friend's cat on my chest, and I could barely move. I'm getting that vibe right now with Professor sitting on me.
I mean, it kind of sounded like he was sitting on your face.
He would.
Eritreo's smile just got more wicked.
Not there. Not there. Not
I mean,
there.
after the whole sex palace, that's just where my mind was going.
Yeah.
I want to look down and the dead bodies in the middle of the street, are they still there?
The remnants of them are still there, but they are decaying very rapidly, which is typical of what they are.
Okay, just making sure that dead bodies aren't just littering the street and we left them there.
No, they're probably blood though, because all the blood from Pam just be out in the middle of the street.
That's true.
But it would just be that.
I mean, Corey, you could spend the time dragging all the bodies into the alleyway and take some trophies and do some investigations as well.
I think I am going to go do that. I'm gonna. I'll tell Foreign and Professor that I'm gonna go down and clean up the mess down there.
We've never actually done that before. Let me know how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's been just we've left whatever because we've usually run away. So.
Well, I don't know. Eritrea tends to linger after the fact and heal people, and
Yeah, but yeah.
So what Foreign means to say, typically Foreign runs away.
I'm getting blamed for stuff all the time,
You keep telling yourself that.
Corey, as you scale down the building and stand amongst the different remains, you drag them all into a nearby alleyway. Gives you enough time and area of security to kind of like take your time. You already identified the Huntress, so her physical remains are going to be, as soon as sunlight hits their remains, they will fade completely to like an ashen like glue that almost like will eventually just kind of run off into the cracks and crevices of the street. The flying creatures to be stalker bats. These are creatures that the Huntress uses to stalk, hunt, and keep track of prey. The four-legged creatures, them to be sand stalkers. These are magical constructs that are made from both sand and decayed remains of animals. So this pretty much confirms for you that you definitely have proof that the Huntress is dead.
All right. And there's nothing on the bodies?
No, they would not be carrying anything. At least nothing of any particular worth or value other than, taking items of trophies.
Okay.
Because if they remain on their body, they will decay in the first of daylight.
Right. All right.
With that,
After
ahead.
I go back up.
okay.
How visible is he from the ground?
Not very. I mean, you'd have to actively be looking for him to see him.
And the professor staying up there with him?
Yep, professor's perched up, on a kind of like a section of the vine, almost like a larger section of the vine, like a kind of like a bird statue, just kind of keeping an eye out.
Okay. As long as he's not
It's
up there alone.
strangely cathartic. For once, you know that you need to keep Foreign safe, but clearly this Jalbatross is more than happy to do the work.
Okay. As long as he's not up there alone, I will go back inside and bed down.
Okay.
Are they setting a watch?
No, not so far.
Basically, what I'm doing, like,
Yeah, I'll say that Professor Jalbatross could do the final watch before the long rest.
Okay.
So
What time was it when I
Professor-
left the desert?
It would have been early morning because your time zone's reversed.
Mhm.
So it would have been very early morning, and now this is late evening. It'll be early morning in 4 hours.
So I'm not really tired.
Not particularly, no.
Okay. Then I will stay up because
Okay.
yeah.
Professor and Cora, give me perception checks as you keep a watch out until the sun rises.
no, where did my die go? There you are.
Dirty 20.
2020.
By the way, my perception is trash, so be prepared for that. Oh, actually, that's a nat 20. That's a 19 with my -1. But I did.
Yeah, with your -1.
Nice.
Woohoo! That trash did well.
Yeah, the evening goes by without any problems or concern. At one point in the middle of the waning hours of nighttime, a patrol of the city, a group of the watchers, as they are called, kind of like casually made their way through the area as if to search for any remnants of disturbance. And they don't linger long. They just kind of check the street, the area, and then kind of shrug their shoulders and go back about their business.
Lazy city people.
But the sun is now up. It is the following morning. Between the day that you're starting and the following day is when Puck is expected to arrive to retrieve Karina and Ariana and Green Cloak. Tam is up as well. What would you guys like to do?
So we've now had a long rest, correct?
Yep, you can check off a long rest.
Thank God.
Yay! I don't think I need a long rest. I keep pulling out my amulet and looking at it.
Still rested.
Okay.
Do I notice her taking out and looking at that amulet?
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't do it in any subtle fashion.
May I inquire, what is it you're looking at there? Your amulet?
It's my amulet. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay. Well, so I'll be more direct. What significance does that amulet have? It appears to be something quite important. I do apologize if I'm being quite forward, but
I mean, it's only important to me. I don't think anyone else would find any interest in it. It's all rusted and everything. So it just means something to me.
fair enough. That's not slightly evasive at all. No, you do you, my dear. By the way, you said you were in the desert. Did you notice anything? What you were out there? Any interesting ruins, artifacts, anything like that? You see, I'm a researcher. That's honestly why I'm here. I'm kind of trapped in this plane. Or I was anyway. But well, my God, the one I'm in service to is apparently in search for missing pieces of his soul, unknown to me until yesterday. I'm just curious. It seems like a bit of a coincidence for you to have come from that area that I was also interested in. That's all. That's all. Just
Does that sound familiar?
Give me a religion check.
13.
13. There's a lot of religions in the world, and this just sounds like another one of the crazy ones. It's not really known to you.
And I don't remember any ruins.
Oh, you've come across dozens and dozens of ruins through all your journeys and travels in the Rumadan. I mean, you can think of at least 2-3 dozen off the top of your head, but none of them seem to be of any religious significance. There certainly wasn't anyone harboring a soul.
God shard.
Yeah, I mean,
soul.
I said God shard. No, I've come across ruins, but none that really were religious, I don't think. Lots of ruins.
okay.
I mean, it's the desert. If you leave something alone long enough, the desert takes it back quickly.
Oh, I know. I fully excavated a city out there, but that was. I apologize. It just seemed like too much of a coincidence there, and this deity I'm in pact with, he is not helpful, unfortunately.
Is this still on the roof, or are we back down inside now?
I would imagine it's back down inside
Well, she
because it's the
came down,
following.
so-
It's the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's the
came
following
down.
morning.
Professor has a history with amulets and weird stuff, so I imagine that's why he's curious.
I really wanted this to just be my 75-pound bird form just perched on your head, like on the hat, while you're just having a full conversation, just completely invisible in the bush, but I'm somehow sitting on his head, just like,
Watch my neck hurt this morning. That feels weird.
oh yeah.
Like I've carried a weight on my shoulders for a few hours.
I think you still got a twig in it.
Like pulls it out of his ear. Oh, hey, you might want one of these. And they I'm gonna hand you a token. It is Thorn's hair braided into like a Celtic knot kind of thing.
Okay.
And he hands it to you, and then you see his eyes go white for a second. And you hear in your mind, it lets me do this.
Interesting. Can I talk back?
No.
Oh,
But
creepy.
it is good to be able to reach out every once in a while. I think everybody else has one.
Cool. I will stick it on my trophy.
And if anything happens to you, I could also, if I reach out, we don't hear anything, I could burn the token and I could see and hear from the token for a good minute. That's
Oh.
how we found out about the Bright Queen.
Tam comes out of his private quarters, sees all of you. I suggest that Green Cloak and Ariana stay here. The rest of you may accompany me to Dormir's. Do not linger.
Green Cloak's a changeling, by the way. We don't trust her.
Okay.
Do I hear Foreign say that?
Oh, absolutely. He's about as quiet as onions being grated in a hallway.
I just lean over and say it. I'm not whispering. I lean over and say it.
I think this Melody is taking note that once again a new person has entered. the group,
Yeah,
and Foreign is just spilling
already just
secrets
manipulating
here.
everything. Yeah.
I didn't say anything about Karina. I only said Regina's a change.
Do you say I didn't say anything about Karina?
No. That's out of character. I'm
Not
saying
in
that out of
character.
Okay.
I didn't use the voice to say that. Come on.
With that, Tam opens the door, slams it, and heads off into the city, expecting you guys to follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up behind him. And be like, look, man, I'm sorry about last night and all that. I've been around for a while now.
The fallen were out in the midst of traffic and crowds of people. Karina's right. And he pulls his cloak up over his head, looks at you. You just simply can't keep your fucking mouth shut. And he just keeps walking.
I'm not disguised, by the way.
Oh, are
Oh,
you supposed to be?
yeah, I'll throw up a disguised self on myself.
I just took off after him.
Yeah. Are you sure you're not disguised?
I did not.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything when I without thinking, I went off after Tam to
Okay.
catch up. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like an intentional. I'm not disguised. It was I took off after him before I ever did any of that.
Yeah. Are you now doing it?
When he pulls up his thing, I'll look around and
Because the moment he pulls up his hood as he was going out the door, he
changed,
changed into his human form.
Yeah. Oh,
Tam did?
shit.
Yes.
Okay.
I hate this. He takes off his hat and stuffs it in his cloak, and I've got disguise self, and I'll I gotta roll for it though.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
It's just a level 1. It's just a first level.
But what could possibly go wrong?
I could roll as 4, and 4 plus 6 is 10, and not 11. I rolled a 4, and 4 plus 6 is 10, and not 11.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Okay.
I don't have guidance.
Oh, Treyo has guidance. Is Treyo within 10 feet of you?
Unfortunately, for spellcast rolls, I keep forgetting to correct everybody. The only thing that works for spellcast rolls is heroic inspiration. Nothing else works for spellcast rolls.
Is there a difference between heroic inspiration and bardic inspiration?
Yes, heroic is the one that I give out at the table.
Okay, so bardic will not work.
I do have a leftover heroic inspiration from
You can use that to avoid rolling the D100.
where everybody got the whole group got the inspiration. Talking about the pleasure house, I think it was.
Oh,
So, but I only needed 1, so if I use that, I don't have to roll it because whatever I get, it'll pass. So
Okay, you're
but
good.
my hat comes off, and I disguise self as an old high elf, so like long white. My hair stays white, but my beard disappears, and it's like what Forn would look like if he was normal, maybe, and old. Pink skin,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, our Aarakocra are not inherently fey, so there's not really any particular reason for Jabatros to shift if he doesn't want to. I think for the most part, they're on the lookout for the what do you guys call the cat shepherds?
Yeah,
the prancing centaurs. I thought.
Sure.
Oh, no, the NPCs.
yeah.
PCs.
The PCs, yeah.
PCs, that's right.
That's right. So I mean, yeah, there are still people out looking for you guys in general from Jrusar, but obviously being in King's Fall, there's people keeping an eye out for Fey folk as well. From time to time, there are other Goliaths and humans and dwarves and halflings, but the King's Fall's majority human for the most part, nomadics that drift in and out of the city, as well as those that caretake the city. Tim guides you through the gated section of the city and begins to bring you towards a rather tall tower off in the distance. He eventually takes you through the complete area of Falls Reach Market, takes you up and around the Lantern Terrace until he takes you to an area called the Shard Spire Tower, which is where the remains of a great observation tower used to be, but there are other towers here as well. This one he refers to as Dormir's Astral Lab. And on top of this 10-story tower, you can see a great kind of like glass-like edifice with this device protruding out of the edifice, almost like this massive engineering telescope. Tim opens up the door, brings all of you into the interior of a ground floor kind of laboratory almost. But it's more of a mixed waiting room and entry point into the other upper stories of this great tower. But kind of standing over a work table kind of looking at some devices on the work table, you see Dormir. He turns around with a little bit of surprise and sees Tam and sees all of you and kind of, oh, what is the meaning of this, Tam? I told you that I would come and find you when I was ready. There's something you must see, sir. They have something of importance, and I think it is something that you should provide insight on before I give any of my own assumptions. Oh, well.
I drop this guy's self and like put my hat back on, and then start pulling out the portable hole.
Well, what is it? Show me.
Roll it out, snap, and hop down inside.
He looks down, kind of looks around, and his eyes are kind of definitely giving away that he's quite shocked. He looks over at Tam, and Tam goes, "Yes, sir, I believe it is what it is." Well, this is impossible. All of these years, no one's ever seen a hot star before. Even the one that was buried in the temple all those centuries ago. This doesn't.
The one buried in the temple where? It's not
The
there
one,
now.
the one in the bowels of the city, of course.
So, where we met the demigod.
Yes. I think it's best you not pursue that thought any further than that. Where did you find this? And Tam quickly brings Dormir up to speed as to all the information that you shared with him. Dormir contemplates this information. And it was near an abandoned Planier gate. That makes sense. The Githyanki have always been a suspicious folk. If they were truly involved, they would have known the true source of the Heartstar. This really changes everything, Tam. This changes everything incredibly. I figured you would have that thought in mind, sir. But I didn't want to tell them the full story without you seeing it first. Oh, yes, quite right, quite right. Well, it would seem that the proverbial cat is out of the bag, Tam. My job, over 1,000 years ago, was to keep the 9 heart stars hidden from the material plane. The goddess that helped me establish the first temple of 9 to protect them, well, we were nearly destroyed by a lesser god, the one that you found trapped in the sarcophagus, of course.
Okay.
And now I hope is, well, buried and destroyed down in the lava pit that it once hovered over, but I shall check on that at another time. If it did survive, things would have already gone bad.
We could go down there and check it out for you.
Like I said, I will make inquiries into what happened. Thank you very much, Fawn. Tam takes a moment and whispers very silently into Dormir's ear. That kind of looks a little shocked at Tam and kind of tells Tam to kind of step off into the background. Anyways.
I'm going to roll insight. Can I roll insight against that?
Sure, if you'd like.
Or can I mean, the way I've been rolling, nothing's going to happen.
Insight check.
I'll take that one. That's a 16 plus 6 is a 22.
You get the feeling that he told him about the fight that took place last night and the information about you.
Huh.
Well,
I tell everybody everything anyway, so.
The story goes like this. The first of Azamir fell to the material plane a very long time ago. With this first of Azamir, they carried with them 9 heartstones, or heartstars. With these 9 heartstars, they attempted to establish the first temple of Azamir with the idea of turning the material plane into a plane of celestial existence, thereby folding it into the already existing celestial plane and increasing the power of this individual that goes by the name Davini, which is a celestial name meaning conqueror of the stars. She also gave birth to the children known as Githyanki. She established them out in the great astral sea, in the great meteor and asteroid barriers of the astral sea, and made them fighters, hunters, seekers of war. And in this process, she intended to take control of other places of existence. However, she was thwarted. Before Divergence, when the battles raged across Exandria, this first of Azimir was hunted down by, needless to say, by some of the prime deities. They did not trust her with this power. They believed that she intended to ascend, and they would not allow this to happen. She was cast out, hidden away, and lost control of the 9 Heartstars. These Heartstars were cast out into the different worlds of the Astral Sea. The fact that one exists on Exandria is very unfortunate and suspicious at the same time. The broken remnants down in the bowels of the King's Fall in the old mines tells us that one did impact here. The question is it the one in your portable hole, or is it possible 2 hot stars have collided here? Unlikely. I believe you have found the one that used to be in the old temple before it was brought down. Someone has found it and placed it in the ruins of the bowels of the lower areas of Jrusar, outside of the control of the spires. And now you lot seem to have found it. Hot stars are, for all intents and purposes, the remnants of gods, of course. The fractured echoes of what could have been or what could potentially be. We believe, or the writings about this Divini leads us to believe that they intended to bring about a godly existence within the new celestial creation of the material plane. But she failed. I don't know what this means that you found it. I don't know what this means that it's fallen into your hands. I'm not entirely sure what we should do with it.
I'm inclined to just keep it in the hole where we've had it for the last.
That is unacceptable. Because you must understand the power of a Heartstar can level entire cities, cause continents to shake to the very bowels of their existence. The mere power inside this Heartstar is not something that you could just simply carry around with you, Fawn.
Made it this far.
You have been carrying it around for a while.
I'm amazed that a lot of you are still alive.
We even rescued the hot star, you know.
Rescued it from whom?
The star grazer thing, that big creepy centipede weird thing and all of its eggs.
Oh, what are you talking about? Those things get no larger than 6 inches.
Nah, this one was 20, 25 feet.
He kind of looks back down into the portable hole and he kind of looks around. He goes over to a small ceramic jar that he keeps filled with earthworm bait as part of some of his components. He pulls an earthworm out of the jar. He comes over and drops it directly on to the Heartstar stone. And the moment the worm hits it, it goes from being like, this small inchworm into this kind of like 10-foot long worm.
I'm in the hole.
It just like flourishes up. And you watch as a burst of energy comes out of Dormir's hand, strikes the worm, and it just kind of splatters all over the interior.
I just got clean.
We have a lot of stuff in there, Dormir.
And
Oh,
he
sorry
just
about
covered
that.
it in worm gut.
Like he just begins to cast prestidigitation really quick. I was lost in a thought. I had forgotten my place. I apologize.
No, I understand. As another academic, I understand perfectly the desire to do it. In fact, I was trying to bring up, I understand your reticence to leave this in my associates' hands? Whatever. Have you considered taking it to a museum, letting them deal with it for study and care? And
We certainly do not want to take this to a museum. We certainly don't want to let anyone else know that you're in possession of a Heartstar. This could change things quite significantly, not necessarily for the better or for the worse, because no one really knows or understands how these things are controlled and what they can do.
And to think we were going to use it as a coffee table.
actually,
Karina just looks at you and goes, we were using it as a coffee table for a little while.
actually,
Yeah, right.
I think I had one. Oh wait, it's a new day, so that matter. Can I actually use one of my my feather commune and speak to Rimnus and just ask him, like, is one, not this one here, but are these artifacts? Sorry, I'm trying to think how to phrase this. Is the missing portion of your soul contained in an artifact like this?
There's a cool breeze that runs through the workshop or through the laboratory that tells you no, this is not related to what's missing from his perspective.
Okay.
Look, Dormia, I understand your reluctance, but that makes me reluctant as well. Hey!
She made it.
I'm back. Sorry.
That makes me reluctant as well to part with it. So I think we're good with where the Heartstar is right now. I'm gonna like climb out of the hole and snap it back shut before anything else can happen.
Fawn, can I offer you one piece of advice? I know I suggested this earlier. Whatever you do, don't let the British know about it. They will move heavens and earth to find this thing, steal it, and put it in, I don't know, it's some weird city on a festering tributary. I don't know. I don't know a lot about them. They're terrifying. Please don't tell them about it.
Dormia is the only one that knows about it, and Tam.
So, Karina, they brought Tam back to life. I don't know if you were able to watch it all, but
Sorry.
yeah, that's fine. So they brought Tam back to life by using his only piece of active glimstone that he had, as well as his only resource of residuum that he had, which would have been what they would have used to create your device that you need to use on Karina Prime. So yeah, they are now over at Dormir's the following morning after meeting. Cora had arrived at the end of the fight as well. She was actually tracking the creature that is known as a huntress, a lesser hag. And then they had an interaction with Cora, and then kind of settled in for a long rest back at Tam's. And first thing in the morning came over here. But Foreign has admitted to being hunted by these two additional creatures of the three.
What were their names
Which is,
again? The other two?
I believe it's
the glass. Shoot, wrote it right down.
Bright Eye and the Glasswork.
Bright Eye and the glasswork. Yeah. There they are. Middle of the page, not the bottom of the page.
Okay.
Also, the reason we're talking about the Heartstone, Karina, is because of all that. I was like, hey, would this work? Like offering up the Heartstone as the replacement to the Glimstone and the residuum.
And now we know that the Heartstone is one of 9 Heartstones that are related to the first of Azamir, and that these were the 9 stones that she was going to use to cause the material plane to be folded into the celestial plane, enhancing the power of Azamir. However, the deities, the 9 prime deities, would not allow this to happen. and she was sent off. No one knows for sure where she was sent to, and that the Heartstones were all cast out into the Astral Sea. It would appear that this particular Heartstone at some point in time crashed in the area of the old mines of King's Fall, which then at some point somebody stole it. It ended up near an abandoned gateway within the, I think it's the ruins, the ruins gate, or the whatever that location was called at the base.
The old
Something station.
the old station, yeah, the old
the station ruins, yes,
Yeah.
at the station ruins, where you guys fought the Stargazer or Grazer, and then discovered the big piece of stone with the heart star in the middle of it. And now they're at Doromir's laboratory, learning about all this, that it is a very powerful item of significance that no one really knows what it does, but it's known to be very destructive and very powerful in what it could possibly do.
But Dormir mentioned that perhaps they were going to use the heart stars to fold the celestial plane into this plane, and now Fawn's got the idea that if they could do that with the celestial plane, why couldn't they do that with the Fae?
Huh. Sounds like I somehow managed to miss like a whole season. That's fine.
Dormir, look, I understand this whole, the Archfey can't create the Fae here, but if the Heart Star has the power it has, could it not become an anchor to remnants of the pocket planes of the Fae that are around to tether them to the material plane?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Could the Heart Star work like an anchor to the Fae pockets, Fae and Shadowfell both, that are still out there, but anchor them to the material plane? I understand what you said, the changelings want to do this whole sacrifice the Archfey and bring the Fae here, all that nonsense. But if we could tether the pocket somewhere on Exandria with this Heart Star.
I mean, the very magical nature of this thing could easily be used for many different purposes. I'm not sure what the effect would be or what the effort would be to harness the power of a Heart Star to bring Fae. And then he stops and he goes, I don't believe one Heart Star would be enough, but if the Iron Collective were to gather up all 9 Heart Stars and then utilize surviving Archfey as a way to bring about the Feywild back, and he stumbles kind of incoherently and over to his work desk. He begins to pull out books and maps and papers and pages. He begins to immediately use hyperbolic illusionary spells to kind of create equations and magical glyphs and sigils. And it's almost like he's immediately lost in some kind of suppositional, archonic kind of idea that this is kind of like spurred him on to do.
All the rest of us look like the meme with the floating math around it. With the
like
that's us, but he's like on it, right?
yeah, exactly. After about 5 minutes of that, it all just kind of. I believe that you and your friends have stumbled upon what their true motive might be. They are seeking these 9 Heart Stars. They are seeking a vessel upon which they could link these 9 Heart Stars to. They will then use some kind of ceremony or some kind of means of extracting an Archfey that is being kept hidden from them. They are attempting to create a new god, and with that creation of a new god, bring back the Feywild into its normal ascendancy. The kind of power that this takes and the kind of effort that this would involve, I don't know who this Iron Collective is, I don't know specifically who this cabal of changelings are, but none of them harness the wit or the whereabouts as to how to do this. I believe we have yet to see who truly is behind all of this. The requirements of arcane study, the requirements of the effort of putting all of this together is beyond the means of all of these people that you have mentioned. It's beyond my means. The only reason I've even thought that this is plausible because you have one hot star here. The act it would take to find the other 8 would be, in my opinion, insurmountable. But perhaps they know something I do not. Perhaps there's an equation here that I have yet to fully understand.
Don't we have a brain to eat also?
Yes.
Yes, you did scoop out the Huntress's brain, and it is currently in Karina's pocket.
Oh, the real reason I'm back, right?
To eat a brain.
Of course, if you haven't seen this before, it's rather disturbing. But
So I find warlock magic to be quite intriguing. Nothing like a little piece of your soul dying every time you cast magic.
She's gonna eat it. That's why she kept it.
yeah,
Does anybody have any ranch or ketchup? I'll do mustard too, but I don't love mustard, so I'd prefer maybe something a little bit milder. No, okay, I'll just eat it raw.
Salt.
like Melody's on the side going Eritrea, like what's her face from Indiana Jones.
You guys watch as Dormir goes over and gets like this wooden kind of little wooden work surface, puts it in front of Karina. Karina, you pull out the remnants of the lesser hag's brain, the huntress, and you set it on the piece of wood. You take out your little knife and fork and begin to kind of sushi style cut little thin slices of the gray matter into edible chunks as you begin to consume the brain of the huntress.
Do I need to do a casting roll?
No, because we determined this particular effort is a ritual for you, is what we had decided for it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll start with consume mind. That means I have an hour. And it would be helpful if people have questions on the go for me to start kind of asking.
I think between Cora and I, we can come up with some things to ask.
Okay.
She was hunting it. We killed it.
And like for you, Cora, you've never seen this before. Like when you hunt things, you bring back trophies to prove to the Ember Circle that you've accomplished your task. It takes decades to attain the rank of Scion and become a leader of one of the lower organizations. And this intrigues you because you just watch this person consume the physical brain of a huntress, and she immediately goes into this ritual, the ceremony. Her eyes whiten as she is now kind of like taking on a two-dimensional personality. One is the huntress, and the one is Karina, who is now wrestling control of the huntress's sentient nature, so she can ask it questions.
It's like a gross speak with dead.
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's better. Yeah.
And I guess like cannot lie, and will physically show like the memory of it. But only 1 hour, and then it's gone, or well, not gone, in my stomach.
Give it 3 hours.
You try to vomit it back up again.
No baby birdie. No baby birdie.
Yeah, that would be Jalbatross's deal.
Yeah, that would be Jalbatross. Baby birding it.
I think it's more of a
poop
or a
joke.
cow thing where you have like two
Yeah.
stomachs.
Yeah.
Really rather pulled out here. Just saying.
Karina, give me an intelligence save if you would, please.
Plus 5.
Thank
Yep,
you.
+5.
You are our like most intelligent person in the group, I think, right? So
It's gonna be with a +5. It's 24.
Yeah, you managed to stabilize the control of the Huntress's brain. You now speak in two voices. Your own voice can kind of mumble and control and issue questions. But because you've now taken on the personality of the Huntress can now hear questions from others as well. However, when you fuse with her memories predate the destruction of the Feywild. Your first kind of glimmer into what this particular creature is one of both brutality, horror, and sadness.
Oh,
Give me a insight check as you're experiencing these memories that connect you to the Huntress.
that's a dirty 20.
There's one particular memory that you forced the Huntress to slow down on. She is a teenage girl of human origin, which is strange considering most hags, and her being a lesser hag, like trying to earn her power to become a hag. She is in a brightly lit carnival. There are gypsy wagons and entertainment wagons and kiosks of food being sold. The strange sound of the background of the carnival begins to kind of bleed over into your memory. There's a kind of familiar, persistent ticking sound and movement sound in the background. There's a feeling of a very busy carnival of people moving around, looking around, and she is as well. On a stage is a performer. This performer wears a tall, garish hat, green vest, yellow pants, red boots, a sash. He carries a cane. There's a strange kind of metallic sound that he makes when he walks across the stage with a limp. His false eye, his false artificer eye, is kind of focusing in on the crowd. But then it immediately focuses in on the young Huntress. A voice kind of bleeds into the memory. Though you would be perfect, there's a power in you. I will take you to her and see what she thinks. There's a memory of you standing in front of a tree. This strange witchlight hag standing in front of her, pointing towards the tree. And you watch as she begins to go through a kind of metamorphosis where she begins to scream in terror and pain until it settles into her original form that you experienced the previous night. And the memory begins to pound in the front of your brain. Those of you watching as Karina begins to bleed through her nose, out the corners of her mouth, her eyes, but then she takes in a deep breath, controls it, and the memory begins to fade.
Would Karina recognize that hag?
As the one that was here last night?
Ooh.
No, she met the hag that was chasing me. That was looking for
The
me.
witch?
Oh.
The witch, yeah.
Yeah.
The hag was
Yeah.
Well, because of your hag encounter.
Give me a history check with advantage, Karina.
I also still have with me the pendant of the Tree of Death that moved me there, so I can.
I'll lower the DC.
Uh, 17.
Oh yeah, that was lowered down from a 20 to a 16 because of the pendant. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one up because it makes sense.
Yeah. So many evil laughs.
I know, right? You know the witch's name to be Scabatha Nightshade. She is a green hag, and she is renowned for children's nightmares, stealing memories, time stealing, and obsessed with clockwork kind of devices. And she rides a giant scarecrow mount, and her affinity for cruelty is what kind of establishes her power within the material plane. She is a member of a coven that you're familiar with that goes by the name of the Hourglass Coven. This coven has been known to travel with a carnival, and they use this as a cover to steal and kidnap people for the purposes of their own arcane purposes.
Yikes.
This is one of their huntresses that seek out targets to be captured and brought back to the Tree of Death that should have been destroyed in the destruction of the Feywild. You now know that this tells you that that tree is probably anchored in a Fey pocket and is keeping a very powerful Fey pocket in existence, where you suspect that at least this particular individual of the Hourglass Coven is residing in.
I will get my 2 questions out of the way real quick.
Okay.
And I won't try to over investigate them, just a quick check. The first one is, since she has this experience with Mason, has she seen Karina Prime?
I have not seen this person that you call Karina Prime.
And the second one is, I will kind of try to conjure up what I was able to see of the Fae that is inside Karina and see if she recognizes that Archfey.
Ooh, she can't lie, can she?
She cannot lie.
That is the powerful Archfey Dolphin. The Dolphin Moonglow. He is one of the original Archfays that brought about the creation of the Feywild.
What does Mason want with him?
Mason is dead. I don't know what he wants with him.
What did he want with him when he put him inside of a mortal's body?
Yeah, there's almost like this kind of pain that it wants to resist. Like, you can feel its consciousness trying to destroy your mind, but you push at its weak energy. You push back at its obvious kind of trying to show you memories that would do you harm, but you keep those under control. Mason thought to bring back those that would establish a new order of power. He was working with somebody called Davini. He was attempting to bring about a new plane of existence, but his plan obviously failed. He is dead. The Feywild and the Shadowfell destroyed, and the creature that was helping him lost to him.
Is anybody taken over for Mason, trying to accomplish his goals?
I suspect somebody is using the Hourglass Coven to do this, but I have never seen them.
Tell me more about this Archfey and its intentions. It seemed very unhappy last time I spoke to it about the position it was put in.
She only seeks and uses me to track down failures. And she says it with such malignancy that Karina's whited out eyes look over at Thorn when she says it, with this just dripping contempt in her words.
Is this all? Is this all out loud?
It's up to Karina. She can say this all out loud if she chooses to.
The parts about Karina Prime, yeah, might as well. Let's get this out in the open.
Okay. Like Karina's like in this kind of like eyes warged out and just looks over at Foreign, and all this has been spilling out in two voices. Karina's voice asking the question and the answers coming out in the hag's voice. The hag, she sends me out to find the weak, those that cannot accomplish tasks for the trees of death. And when they cannot do what they've been sent out to do, they are brought back and they are fed to the roots of the old tree. And there they lie for eternity, of course.
How can I remove the Archfey from the body of a mortal? How can I remove or destroy? What was their names?
I do not know how to do that. I have never been given that information or the understanding. I am merely a huntress. My job is to perform for the hag, not to meddle and understand her purpose.
Who would know that?
Well, she would know it, of course, and possibly her two sisters as well. I mean, there's nothing wrong with paying her a visit, and why don't you just ask her the question yourself?
What would she do to us if she saw us?
Oh. There's like a warm smile that comes over Karina's face. Everyone's blood immediately turns cold. You'll have to find out for yourself.
What is her weakness?
I don't really know. I suppose her, how should we say, her lack of hubris. She truly thinks herself to be indestructible. I guess that could be seen as a weakness.
Any more practical weaknesses that you can think of? Maybe she doesn't like water very much.
Let's
Soap
see.
bubbles.
The creature that keeps me tethered to her for the purposes of serving her is going to share with me a weakness.
Have you ever?
I cannot believe that you and your friends killed me. You are an idiot.
Well, you've been killed by an idiot, so what are you? Never mind. I know what I am, but what are you? Okay.
It's
never-
like half of Karina's mouth is in a smile, and the other half is like down in like a grimace, this glaring grimace of just like hate and contempt.
Have you ever seen anybody get the dime on her? Anybody succeed in
As far as I know, she has never been defeated. Neither her nor her sisters.
Okay, I'll ask my. I'll ask my final, quick kind of follow up. How are they locating the Archfey?
They have a scrying well that when the three sisters meet, they look into the scrying well as they possess physical remnants of each of these Archfey. They then combine that with the scry well and they seek out the location of these Archfey. But I can guarantee you, they have not had much luck. In fact, you watch as Karina's face turns to look at Forn. Bringing back Forn was meant to change that luck.
Oh, and how come?
Because of who he travels with. And then she looks over at Eritrea.
What do they want with this innocent child?
Innocent child? A vessel of a god is an innocent child? Surely you must know the edges of Eritrea's capabilities by now.
Okay, I'll leave the rest of the questioning to you guys. You can just kind of talk at Karina, and she'll answer in her spooky voice.
So, as far as you're aware, are all Fey pockets anchored by an Archfey? Is that a necessary element.
As far as I'm aware, I'm not sure. It could be. Archfey are supposed to be quite powerful.
Where are the hags currently located?
They are in a secret Fey pocket upon which I am called to. I have no knowledge of its location or how to get there. As soon as they call me to the Tree of Death, I arrive. They give me information as to who I'm to hunt, and I bring that person back. Although I'd imagine my absence now will trigger my other two sisters to come and find me, of course. Bright Eye will not be pleased.
I'm sorry, Huntress.
Oh, don't be sorry, Fawn. It's only a matter of time. If you think I was tough, wait till Bright Eye takes the brain out of your skull, plays with it, and then puts it back. It's quite interesting to watch happen.
I'm sure she's got that ability, but I'm sorry we had to meet again like this. Look, service of a hag and all that wasn't your choice.
But you learn to enjoy it as best you can. And I can understand, Fawn, why you would run. I mean, you died twice. Your weakness, your simping approach to the logical outcomes of things, I can see why they wanted to rain your blood into the roots of the tree. It's really funny because it's Karina. Yeah, it's like it's physical Karina saying this in the lesser hag's voice.
Yeah, and also you stink.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't say that. I don't find you smelly at all. Where did that come from?
No, don't let her fool you. Manipulative, this one.
How many others were you hunting?
Oh, I was given exclusive access to you. My sisters are hunting, well, dozens more, I believe. Time to bring back all the children to the tree. They all turned out to be so disappointing.
Where's the tree now?
I suppose it's with the sisters, of course, but
Oh.
I have no knowledge of how to get there.
Corina kind of interferes and is like, I have a hunch.
Sir Teller,
Yeah.
I do a thing real fast. Can I summon Bright Quill? Because I want them to be able to ask questions.
Bright Quill is now in Dormir's laboratory. Dormir's like, oh my, this just keeps getting better and better.
It's been a while. How have you been, Brackwell?
I'm doing most excellent. Why am I being brought back? I was in the midst of chasing astral gophers.
You mentioned that your Fey pocket is a world tree, right?
The remnants of a world tree, of course, yes.
Describe it to this. Well, describe it to Karina. See if Hag. Tell us if this sounds like the same world tree that you're dealing with.
There's a moment of awkward silence where Bright Quill is staring at Karina, and Karina kind of tilts her head as if the hag is trying to figure out how to do this. Bright Quill kind of like narrows his eyes and looks at all of you. What kind of fucking mischief is this? What are you people doing?
I'm trying to determine whether or not you're in imminent danger, and if any of the other creatures in your pocket are about to be eaten or killed or done something nefarious to by this.
Bright Quill immediately produces an illusion of a very tall tree with multiple colors, Instead of leaves, it's all crystalline structures that make up its bounty. The wood is a kind of black, yellow, and green stone that swirls through the fabric of the tree. The huntress goes, that is definitely not the tree.
Okay. Marquet, I know you don't want to tell me anything about your Fade Pocket, and I understand the reasons. If there is an Archfey there, tell them to be more wary than normal. There's at least two hags on the hunt for, well, any Archfey. There's a plot in the works, and I would hate to see your home destroyed. I'll just dismiss him.
He's like, bah! And then he poof.
What was he gonna say?
Yeah, I'll just bring it back real fast. I'm sorry, did you have something to say there?
Did you really bother me when I was in the middle of chasing astral gophers for this?
Yes, I was worried about you.
Aw.
Oh. Poof. He
Also,
goes away.
can
Karina,
I kind of show her real quick images of just like the people that we are a little bit suspicious of to kind of just like see if she has any reaction to? Like Bragsworth, True Form, I keep forgetting his name because I don't.
Artanian.
Yes.
Artagnan.
Artagnan, the image of the Archfey that we saw in Acorn's memory, and Crimp.
She is not familiar with any of those illusions that you bring up.
Okay, that's good. And I guess I've seen Divini. We know that she is familiar with Divini. Do we want to ask more questions about Divini?
Well, she's not familiar with Divini.
Oh.
Dormir is, but the huntress is not.
Mason was working with Divini, but not the hag. Not her.
Have I seen any of the other people that Corina Prime interacted with when she was like with Mason, or like in her memories? Was I able to see a location that she was?
Not particularly. The bastion is somewhere between the Hellcatch Valley and the edges of the Rumadan Desert. That's the only location you've ever been able to kind of nail down.
I'm just going to kind of try and question her about either the location where she was kept or the location where there is the transmutation machine.
This is not information that she's privy to.
Huntress, where were you working out of? Where was your base of operations in the material plane?
I believe they call the city Ankarel. Needless to say, there were many juicy and delectable targets in the area. Not particularly ones that I was meant to find, but one could not pass up a meal when they see one.
Is that where the sisters are?
And no, I would have to tell you otherwise. They would never step foot on such an abysmal place as the material plane. Especially not this cinder of a world.
Go ahead.
Oh, have any of the Archfey been collaborating with them?
I believe there is somebody that of great power that they've been speaking to, but I've never been privy to who that person is.
Do you recall any information about them?
None whatsoever. A moment when they would avert their attention from me, speak to somebody in silence, and then continue their good works.
Do you know who she is? And I'm going to point over at Cora.
Yes. Her kind track my kind. And they are
Because you're
quite...
abominations.
Well, we have different opinion of who really the abominations are. Oh. What's that around your neck, Cora? Are those changeling fingers around your neck? Interesting.
Karina's like, shush you, you're dead.
Am I?
What is it? Shush you, you're dead.
I'm gonna see if she maybe remembers Lavion, Spike, any members from the Iron Collective from the Hellcatch Valley.
Yeah,
Ask her
she has. She has no knowledge of those people.
Ask her about my Mycilin.
I'll ask her about my Silic.
I believe I've heard that name uttered on the lips of the hags. But I don't know it. I assume it's an archfey, but I am not familiar with it.
Can you tell me more about Mason changing you into this thing?
When I saw him for the first time, I knew something powerful about him. When he took me to the hags, I was confused. They pretended not to know each other, but I suspected otherwise. They placed me in their care. They had me pick something from the tree, and I ate it, consumed it. And I could feel souls inside me. I could feel their power. I could feel them being consumed by me. And I became this. My vision more clear. My journey more clear. Mason had something in mind for me, but the hags said that he must pay the price first. That he could not take me yet. And that was, well, a very long time ago.
Have you seen Mason since?
No, the hags were very despondent. When the Feywild shattered around them, they knew why. And they knew Mason had perished.
Did he ever say anything about having a daughter? Did he ever call you a daughter?
Karina's eyes narrow and a sheepish kind of look falls over her face. I believe Mason was trying to find many daughters.
How many?
I don't know. He never really said a number. But I don't believe I'm the first one that he's brought to the hags.
Oh. Well, have you met any of his other daughters? Do you know what about you made him want you as a daughter?
I believe he was trying to make things into something that he was hoping for. I do not know, and frankly, I never truly cared. The passion of the hunt, the passion of the kill, is all that ever drove me.
Huntress, what was your name?
I have long since forgotten it, purged from my mind upon my creation.
Well, you're dead now. Certainly,
Yes.
you remember something.
Unfortunately, it is not a memory I retain, and therefore I'm unable to share with you.
So you wouldn't know if you still having a family living.
I would not. No, I would not know that.
I'm just gonna try my best to, since she seems to have some amount of like consciousness still left in that brain, I'm going to try and use my brazier of like mind read to get a sense of like what is she trying to hide, like what are her questions and her conversations leading me away from.
So are you digging deep enough that you're kind of exploring new bounds of what this spell can do at this point?
Yeah.
I'm going to need a intelligence save at disadvantage then.
It's okay. It's gonna leave soon, so if I die, I guess it's fine.
Don't die.
Okay.
Oh,
It's a 16 and 21, but it's disadvantage, so it's not the 21, it's the 16. Oh, but I have plus 5. Oh my god, thank you, Melody. That's a 21. Your one is a 21.
The DC was a 25.
What?
Oh.
You are going beyond the limits of your constraint. You're going beyond anything that you've ever done before.
But if it's without disadvantage, it is beyond the 25, and Let me look for a reason why it wouldn't be. I guess the spell
Do
technically
you
says.
have any heroic inspiration left over? Any that Jason has given you?
Sadly, I use them immediately because my rolls are genuinely bad.
Not last time. Last time you rolled like fire.
I know what happened to that.
You guys
Where-
watch as Karina begins to contort.
Uh,
You watch as the bones of her arms begin to snap and kind of twist about like broken twigs. She suddenly stands up to an elongated height. Her fingernails overextend. Her fingers overextend. Long hair begins to drape away from her skull, like down towards the floor. Like pustules of boils begin to form on her skin, and an entirely new voice
No.
as she takes on the visage of a green hag. And Scabatha looks over at Forn.
Forn's already pulled his gun. He's got his gun out, but it's one of these like.
Found you. And then that's where we're going to finish today.
No.
Well, we still have Karina for one more session because she was late to today's session. So we still have her for one more. For
yeah,
her
I guess I'm
final
gonna die
session.
next session, so it makes sense.
Before it was the hag, I was gonna be like Dreo, do something. But then it was the hag, and I wanted to shoot it.
My ideas always work out really well. I have an idea, but you know how that works.
All right, everyone. You guys go ahead and linger. We'll talk about next week's schedule. Everyone else, we should be all here next week. So we will see you next week. Be safe, be kind, and don't forget, play a game, everyone. See you next week.
The wind calls out from the edge of the sky, a whisper of dreams where the shadows lie, steps on the